It's the post-show video with Doc and Skip. So far, this tour that Hillary's on is like she's running from the law. It looks like she's on the lam. So far, most of the pictures we've seen have been a couple of still shots of grainy video footage of her at a Chipotle.
Dark sunglasses, sitting in the corner, eating guacamole.
If you're campaigning in public, shouldn't you talk to people? Shouldn't people know where you are gonna be?
I'm a woman of the people. Get away from me, people.
So it's just Hillary and Huma driving in a van.
Coming this fall to NBC, Hillary Clinton and Huma Wiener starring a reboot of Thelma and Louise. See, it's also an off-the-cliff
I get you. Yeah. You know that great idea from the Obama administration, net neutrality, that's going to be swell? It's going to make everything fair and not cost us any more money.
What's that?
It's not fair and it's costing us more money.
You know that universal services fund that you pay for on your cell phone? It's going to be on your broadband now, too.
What does that buy? What do we get for our universal services fund?
Obama phones. In the audio file, we featured another montage from the Washington Free Beacon. 28 times the president has said he is committed to making sure that Iran does not get a nuclear weapon.
Which means one of two things. Either he really believes that little deal with Iran is going to keep them from getting a nuclear weapon, or he's lying to you.
He's lying.
I guess Andrea Mitchell and everyone at NBC believes if your last name is Castro, you're from Cuba.
Andrea Mitchell was in Panama for that recent Cuban meeting. She had on somebody that she thought was going to be qualified to go ahead and speak to the issue. Joaquin Castro, the Mexican-American former congressman. She thought he was from Cuba.
Next week, they're going to have on Fidel Johnson from Parma, Ohio. Okay, I can't give you every detail here. You're going to have to listen to the program. But just know this, that we know of 268 times in the last 10 years, there have been major security breaches at U.S. airports.
The most important part of that statement? That we know of.
Temporary security administration? Is that the...
Total screw-up administration?
Trying for security.
Oh, yep, there it is.
When Obama was in Jamaica last week, a woman from Chicago said, "Hey, how can we stop violent crime? What's the one thing we can do?" And he said, "There's not one thing we can do. There's 4 things we can do."
Those 4 things are fighting the drug trade, better gun control, better education, and communities stepping up.
Those are all wrong. Listen to the podcast, I'll explain why.
And we found out that female jihadis are just as capable of chopping the heads off of infidels as male jihadis.
Cal took a box cutter through TSA.
True story. Don't forget, if you're on the Twitter, follow at Doc Thompson Show and at Skip Lacombe. A link to today's podcast can be found in the description. Also, please click that subscribe button for us. Off the heads of infidels as male jihadis.
Cal took it. I was going to say it, let me myself laugh.